it's Ree with Cute Nanny Things. I am here to make my traveler's notebook. I've probably never done this on camera, so it's going to be really fun to get that started. So I have my paper packs. If you haven't saw my Joann's haul that I loaded earlier, picked up this awesome paper pack. So we're going to use this paper since it's double-sided. And I've been hoarding some notebooks that I thought would be really cool to use in this traveler's notebook. This one says, let's dream, play, and make some new memories together. And I'm going to use this one. It's blank paper to do my bullet journaling, that kind of deal, like draw out my different things and ideas I have for December. And then I have Life is Just a Moment. This is the grid dot paper, which is going to be awesome for like calendar stuff and things like that to draw. So I'm going to use that for that. Sorry for the lighting, it's really bad. And then this one says Dream in Life, and this is the lined paper, which would be great for writing some journaling things, gratitude, that kind of deal. So that's what I'm going to put in my planner. So we're going to get started. So I have this stack. It's not going to be really a big planner, but it's something to carry around with me or to do, you know, on my planning or journaling pretty much. And so I wanted to do it for the whole month of December. So let's set it up. So I was looking through this and was wondering, you know, what should I do? I think even for these, the colors kind of match on this ornaments page. And then the inside it's green with polka dots. That's cute. And then I was thinking about the little penguins. I think that's really Christmassy. Inside is like this blue polka dot. Or I can also do the Christmas tree. I think it's cute because it has the abominable snowman. And then it's the dark green Christmas trees on the inside. Or I think the other one I liked was the little Christmas town. And I think the colors really match. It says fa la la on the inside. So I don't know. Let me go ahead and pull out my choices. And we can kind of see what it looks like. And then I may cover these. I don't know. I could cover them with some of that to make it more Christmassy. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these out really quick. But then again, I really like this kind of holly one as well, because it's pink on the inside. It's a pink trees, and I think that would look really cool. I didn't want to really do reds because I'm not really into the red part. No, the trees look a little dark on the inside. Oh, this one's cute too. We have the mittens and socks, and it has pink. Choices. I really like this one too with the blue. Let's see what's on. The presents are cute. I think this, yeah, I think that's it. I thought I was missing one that I wanted to use. Oh, the snowman one, or the abominable snowman. Green on the inside. See, this would look really cute for an inside. Oh, it barely even... Might have to do it this way. Uh-oh. We may not have enough room to do a notebook with this. Oh no, it's perfect. This one or this one. I could make two and just call it a day. Change it up, huh? I don't know. This is so hard. Or this one. I don't know. Kind of like this one. Yeah, let's do the ornament one. I think it matches And I like the inside. It's super cute with the dots. So we're going to do that. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, I usually make personal size. So this is going to be the biggest size that I've ever made, probably in a traveler's notebook. So I want to say this is a B6 or maybe an A. Might be an A6, A5. I think it's an A5 size. I'm not sure. I know A5 is about a standard sheet of paper folded in half is the size of the inserts. So I usually like to have like a overlapping, especially when you're folding paper. So with this, that's going to be perfect size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark off my pencil marks. That way I can get the cuts right. And like I said, when I do this, I kind of eye it. I don't really use measurements. I've tried that before and it really never works out for me. So I'm not making it flush to the bottom or flush to the end because I want some overlapping. And then I'm just going to mark the top of my notebooks here. Make sure it's straight. That way I know where I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to do the same to the other side so I can have the same kind of measurements. Because it looks like it's going to take up all of this paper. And make sure I mark. All right, I'm going to get my cutter out and then we'll cut this down to size. Okay, now that I got my notebook, I want to make sure the ornaments are facing up. So this is going to be the size of our binder or like our notebook. Let's make sure I have, okay, looks good. So I'm going to do the scoring of the middle edge, and I want to make sure I have enough room. If I score, yes, I will. All right. So I want to make sure it's even on both sides. So this scoring board I picked up at Michael's, of course, with a coupon code, but I think they were $39.99, but I'm going to tell you, you could find this board at Tuesday Morning. This is great if you are wanting to make traveler's notebooks. It's really great to make those lines so that you have a straight fold line. And it comes with this little tool, and so you can literally, with these grooves, make your little line. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and mark a little bit, and I will make it deeper. So I kind of scored that right there, and I'm going to score it even more. That way you can fold a lot easier. Oops, kind of got off that line. Whenever you fold this piece of paper. Now, I take my notebooks and I kind of hold it up to the width of the binding part so I can score my next line. So it looks like I'm going to score, uh-oh, I moved it. Darn. All right, let's try this again. Maybe I should have made the paper go under that little flap so it wouldn't move. All right, now it's on this one. All right, let's go ahead and score that. All right, so I don't know if you can see it because it's such blue paper, dark blue, but I have my binder part, so I'm going to go ahead and fold it on both sides. So have that clean little line. I'll go ahead and fold it. I use this to make that crease a lot better, because you want it to be easy for you after you laminate it. All right, so we have that, and let's fit it in here. Make sure everything's even. So this is going to be my traveler's notebook. Super cute. It's super tiny, and it's really great to stick in your purse, because I usually have to carry a big bag just to fit my planner in it. But I think this will be cute for December, and if I run to the store to do Christmas shopping, and I can put all the list of all the presents I got to buy and the people. I do want to round the corners on this. I always forget to do it, so I'm excited because I remembered this time. So I'm going to go ahead and round the corners, and then we'll run it through the laminator. Okay, so I brought out a few of my punches. I have this quarter punch and then this one. They are two different ones. So I got my little scrap, and I'll kind of show. So I have that small little round punch. And then we have the bigger one like this. But what I was realizing, if I use that big punch, these notebooks might be showing. So let's test it out. So I would definitely recommend testing it out, because if you were to punch it, yep. So if I was to punch it, that whole corner piece right here would be gone, and the books would be showing. So we're going to have to go with the smaller punch. I love this one, but I would have to make a bigger folder. All right, so I'm going to round all four corners. Just a little subtle roundness. I always forget to do this when I make one, so I'm glad I remembered it. All right, so we got all four corners rounded, and now it's time to put it in the lamination. So let me move my board. I'll grab that, and I'll show you how to do it. All right, for a sturdy traveler's notebook cover, I usually use about 5 milliliter in weight on the lamination paper. I was able to get a pack on Amazon. I want to say there was like 100 of them in there. It's a very affordable price, and it's lasted me so long. I've made many notebooks and laminated different die cuts and bookmarks, so I haven't run out yet. So I'm excited. So let's just see if this thing is going to fit in here. So one of the things I want to say is, oh, wow. So this is not going to fit. That's going to be a problem. I don't know how to do it without. Yep. Don't know how I'm going to do this now because it's not going to fit in there. I guess that's why they don't make lamination paper traveler's notebooks, because they're too big. So I might have to start all over, do something else. Wow. Not happy about that. Okay, change of plans. We are going to, I tried to cut off a little bit, see how much I could do, but the notebooks were just way too big. So I found some smaller notebooks that I'm going to try to use. I wanted something bigger, but I think this is going to work. So I have these notebooks that are blank pages. I kind of love this gold one, so I might do that first, and then probably do the notes in the middle, and then the tree at the end. So these are the ones I have on hand. They're all blank pages. I think these were picked up at Michael's, the $2 little bins. So I love to pick those up. So in order to not waste any more paper, we already have what we got going on here. So I'm going to measure it to fit this. I think the binding fits perfect with these 3 notebooks, so it looks really good. And I just got to cut off the top and the sides to measure up on this. So, well, maybe we should have, number one thing, make sure your laminating paper fits your project. So we're learning together. Yay. All right. Like I said, I never did a traveler's notebook that big before, but since I had those notebooks, probably going to do something different with those. Or maybe go buy some self-adhesive lamination paper. That one will probably do the trick. So I marked my lines, and I'm probably going to need my bigger cutting board for this. I'll bring it out. It's really hard to see the cut lines on this green paper here. So I'm going to cut it a little bit over the line, only because I want some room. I think that's good. Let's check it. Check your work. Check your work. That might be... Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Got that cut. Sorry if it's shaking. It's not a very sturdy table for my camera setup, so... But I asked Santa for a tripod, so let's see if he brings it to me. All right, so looks perfect on the actual notebook side, but we need to take some of this piece off. So what I'm gonna do is mark where I want to cut, probably there. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm cheating. I'm just gonna put this one over it and go ahead and cut them both at the same time, which it's not gonna work with this one. So I have two cutters. This one's for, you know, 12 by 12, it's great, but this small one, it kind of holds the paper a lot better, so I love to cut on the smaller one. So I usually have to trim my paper down on my big one first, and then use this smaller one to kind of cut stuff that's a little bit closer. Let's start, let's trim that. So we'll start off a little bit, cut off this piece here. So all I did was fold it to the edge so I can get the same cut for both sides. Oh, this is going to be a cute little chunky traveler's notebook. I'm so excited. Little bit more. Want it a little bit closer to the inserts there. Make sure it lines up. Watch me overcut this, and then we're gotta start all over. Okay. That looks about right. Oh, I moved it. All right, I think that is good. Right there. Oh no, that might be too much. All right, let's try that. Oh, I smell like fire. So we lit our fire pit for the first time. We just got it. I wanted one, so when the family came for Thanksgiving, we were gonna do it, but we had so much stuff going on. So I was like, you know what? We bought all this stuff for s'mores, and we have this fire pit, and we haven't even lit it. Let's go ahead and do it. And so we just did. So my whole jacket smells like fireplace or, you know, campsite, and I love that smell. It smells so good, but I keep sneezing, so. But it was really windy today, so we didn't do it for very long. All right, I don't know if I want a lot of that. See, there's a little bit overhang, and we'll just live with it, because just in case I make her chunky and embellish it a little bit, I will need that lip. All right, so now that we finally got our cuts right, we changed our notebook, let's go ahead and round the corners. I remembered again. So let's round these corners since we chopped them off. And then, does it fit? It does. It fits in the lamination pouch. Okay, so I'm going to place it in the lamination pouch and we'll get her laminated. And I have my lamination over there. It's been heating up, patiently waiting for me. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. Okay, so whew. Great thing about having double-sided paper is you don't have to run it through. So if you are making a traveler's notebook and you're using 2 pieces of paper because your paper is not double-sided, you may have to run it through the laminator twice, or I would. But one thing you can do is when you inspect your lamination, just want to make sure the line around your paper, they're all closed up and sealed before you start cutting. Because you want to be able to run it through the lamination just in case something didn't close up, but it looks like we're good to go. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and trim up the edges, and then I will be back and show you how I start scoring this, making it into our folder. Okay, I have everything cut to where I want it, and now we want to go ahead and score this again since we laminated it. What I'm doing is lining it up with the grooves that I already scored before, just so I can run it one more time over those lines to make it easier for me to fold. So that's what I'm doing here. Go ahead and push a little hard so you can really make an indentation into that lamination paper. And then it should be easy for you to go ahead and fold it and just go ahead and give that a fold there. And then go ahead and put some pressure on it to get that crease in there. And then we'll do it again for the other side. Perfect. Oh, that was hard. All right, I'm going to flatten it down. That way, this is going to be our guidelines when we start threading it. So there you go. And let's go ahead and check. Our notebooks fit in there. Oh, super cute. Perfect. And then, of course, you'll have the, oh, look, it's upside down. See? So there you go. Make sure your ornaments are right side up. All right, we got that. Now the next thing to do is let's go ahead and round the corners. Now sometimes the thicker lamination paper, the punches don't really cut it well. So you can still fussy cut around using your scissors. But this one's working out for me. I did break it, but it still works. So I love it. I'm going to keep using it. So there you go. There's our folder for our traveler's notebook. And now I'm going to go ahead and put the holes for my threading. Let's see what kind of threading we can use. So I just picked up some new threading. I have some white with some silver, black with some silver, and then silver, shiny silver. So I don't know which one, maybe the white one with the silver. Let's see what else I have. I have these colors and these colors. So, ooh, the green one would look cute because it's green and it has some shimmer to it. And there's green here. I don't want to do pink. I always do pink. We could do solid color. I think I'm kind of leaning towards this green, so I'm going to go with the green. And if you're wondering where I picked these up, most of them I got from Hobby Lobby. Walmart has them. And then the newest ones I picked up at Joann's. This one I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And I want to say they were $3.99. So, of course, it's going to give me a hard time finding the edge. Alright, so with this cording, I just kind of unravel as much as I need to start threading. You may want to cut and burn the edge. It just makes it easier for you to put it through the holes. So it's better to like burn the edge so you can have a harder point. And I use an X-Acto knife to make my holes. So everybody does it differently. I noticed on YouTube tutorials, that's how I kind of learn from different people on there. So sorry that the camera's moving so much. Having a hard time here. All right, let me go ahead and get this out of the way so I can show you how I make my holes. You're going to need some kind of cutting pad. I got this from Daiso. It's very helpful. I use these X-Acto knives from Daiso because it kind of has this little stopper that holds it in place, so you can kind of put your blade to whatever level you want. It comes in a pack of 3, and I've had them forever, and I love them. So what I do is I always want to put my holes a little bit below the paper part. That's why we made our binder a little bit higher than the notebook so that we can go ahead and put these holes. So I just make a little cut into where the little bind is, or the fold. And I'm just getting it started, and I'll show you what I use to make the holes. So we're going to make 2 little notches on the top on each side of the fold. Then we're going to make one in the middle. That's for our band that's going to hold our notebook closed. And then, of course, 2 at the bottom. Right there. So I just kind of push pressure into there to make a cut. So I have a tool, which I can't find for some reason. Oh, for my Silhouette Cameo. It's the little hook that you use to weed vinyl. I usually use this to stick it in the hole to make the hole bigger. And then I kind of twist it around. Now, if you don't have this tool, you could also use a needle or those knitting needles. So I push it through and I twist it around to make that hole bigger so I can feed the threading through there. So it works out. But anything you can stick in there to kind of move around, maybe like, I don't know, a toothpick might work, or I would say more like a knitting needle. Something metal. Uh-oh. I don't know where I made my mark. Did I even make a mark? I'm not seeing one. Oh, there it is. It's right there. All right. So I have that. And I'm going to make this one. There we go. So because it gets thicker in the middle of this tool, it's just easier to make those little holes. Then you could stick it in there and make sure it's wide enough for you to thread. I've never had a problem. So since we have 3 little notebooks, we're going to need to make threading for 3 of them. So I usually start at the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and feed this one through. Make this hole bigger. I'm going to go from the outside in. I'm hoping I'm explaining this well. Then I'm going to go to the top. And then over on the outside. Oh, it's working for me so perfectly. Usually I struggle to thread this. So of course, pull more thread as you need it. And you want it kind of taut because you're going to hold that big old notebook in there. So you don't want it really loose. So enough for you to snap it back. You can make it a little tighter as you need it. And then what I'm going to do, oh, that's a lot. Let me go ahead, because I'm going to tie it right here. So I'm going to leave me a little room to tie and go ahead and bring that back because you don't want to waste. Let's not waste our threading here because you're going to take the other side and come back around. So I want to go ahead and leave me some room to tie it off. And I'm going to go ahead and let's measure how much. Let's say about here. Go ahead and cut it off. Thread the other one through the bottom. And see, the hole's kind of closed. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up more. Stick this through. See, now that I said that this one's working good, I'm kind of struggling now. All right, so we have 2 of these. And don't worry if it's uneven when you tie it because you're just going to cut off the edges anyway. So you want to go ahead and tie a little knot. Make it a little taut, like I said. But you're going to be putting your notebooks in there. You don't want them kind of like falling out. So go ahead and cut your excess. See, this is one of the things I was saying is don't want to waste. And that is a lot of threading there that just got wasted. So be careful with that. You can measure better than I can. I'm going to go ahead and cut off a little bit more. So there you go. You got your 2 little bands and we need 3. So we're going to go ahead and run another one through. It will have 4 bands in it just in case I want to put something else like make a pocket or something. But look at that. Super cute. Go ahead and put these in. See what they look like. Ugh. So there you go. What I like is when you do the threading like this, I've tried it different ways. I love that the books kind of lay flat open. So I kind of like doing it, threading my traveler's notebooks like that. So really cute. All right, let's take these inserts out and we'll finish up the next one. And I will come back after I'm done. All right, I'm back. I have my 4 little bands here for my 3 notebooks and something extra just in case I want to make something for it. I did have a lot of excess left, so I tied this one up a little higher. That way I could use this excess for our closure. So I'm going to show you how I do that. Easiest way, let me go ahead and trim that off, is to tie a little knot at the end, and then you want to feed it through the middle hole. So I have my little knot, and this is going to close our traveler's notebook. So let me go ahead and feed it through, and then we'll measure it to see if it's too loose. And then we can tie another little knot. So the knot's there so that, of course, the closure doesn't just come out. You want to be able to hold your notebooks. Running my tool in there again, and then feed it through. So there you go. And we have our closure. Oh, I think it's perfect. Perfect closure. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's insert our notebooks. Do I want to do gold first? Yes. I love this gold one. So I always find the middle of the notebook. Go ahead and put that in there. Little notes one. And there's, oh, I kind of put it on the wrong one. I want it to go right behind the second one. All right, and then the third. there you go. We have our Christmas notebooks. So you could do this if your notebooks don't match the inside. You can always cover them up with more of the paper from the paper pack. This is a little loose for me, so I might end up making that a little tighter. So you could use these. I really like this gold one. But like if you didn't want this blue with the floral, you could take your notebook and you could actually take a paper pack. Maybe you want to incorporate this one. You could actually glue or adhesive this to the outside of your insert to make it more Christmassy. I may do that. I don't know. We're going to see. So stay tuned for my flip through of my Traveler's Notebook. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when I'm finished with it, all decorated out. So that is just a tutorial on how I make a Traveler's Notebook for December. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I will have the flip through as soon as I'm done and show you how I'm using it and what are the other decoration things I added to it. All right. Thank you so much.